So with Dragon Ball Super rumored to be coming back sometime in 2019, and Dragon Ball Super recreating Broly for us fans, it leaves us wondering, what is Dragon Ball Super going to do after Broly? What is Dragon Ball AB going to be about? Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on these social media platforms. Enjoy the video. That's right guys, today we're going to be talking just a general discussion about what Dragon Ball Super will be doing right after Broly. And I've been covering this on my channel a lot recently, just because I think the future of Dragon Ball, at least creatively, is rather bright. I liked Dragon Ball Super as a nostalgic thing, but one of the things I really hope they've been doing over the last couple of months since Dragon Ball Super ended was figuring out how they're going to be telling this story going forward. And one of the things that I really want them to do is decide once and for all that Dragon Ball is not a property that can be told by one person. You know, they can't just simply have Toriyama making bullet points for Toei and Toritaro to tell their own separate stories. This is such a big entertainment property that it needs to be told by a boardroom. You know, they have to make all the right decisions, all the right story elements need to be in place, and we need a Dragon Ball that feels, even though tangibly connected to Dragon Ball Z, even Dragon Ball GT and all the video games and stuff, we need those big epic transformation moments and everything that comes with Dragon Ball, but we need it to actually feel like it belongs in 2018, 2019, 2020, right? There needs to be connection between stories. There needs to be legitimate character development. Yes, you can have Goku continue to be Goku and, you know, ever build the cast with his charisma of fighting people, wanting to fight more people. That's what's always going to drive this forward. But as we get closer to the end of the 10-year time skip, the ending of Dragon Ball Z, the idea that Oob is going to join the cast, Goten and Trunks are finally going to get grow up. Bra and Pan are going to probably be the kid focuses of the show if they actually decide to go that route. It leaves a lot to the imagination and wondering what they're going to do. Dragon Ball Super introduced a lot of elements that would be amazing to explore in future arcs of Dragon Ball. I mean, the whole idea of a multiverse was really interesting. The idea of doing every single arc related to one of the other universes posing some other threat. The Super Dragon Balls, even though a cool idea, were hardly focused on, or even the pivotal story arc focus of anything in Dragon Ball Super. Yes, they were the consolation prize for 2 of the tournaments. Yes, Zamasu actually ended up using them twice in order to get what he wanted, immortality and Goku's body, but there wasn't really a stake. There wasn't really a we have to get the Dragon Balls before this other really evil person gets the Dragon Balls. That type of stuff is what really drives Dragon Ball, and I think it's one of the things they need to focus on in the future. Then there's also other universes and the mystery involving them. The fact that Toei, Toriyama, and Toritaro decided to have Tuffles and Suforians in Universe 2. What's going on with that universe? Universe 3 is so unlike any other universe that we've seen. How can they play into anything else like that? Maybe Universe 9 comes back in a big way. Maybe there's a Universal War arc. What happened to those other 6 universes that Zeno just completely destroyed? Why is time travel super taboo, and will they ever introduce any other characters from the movies and or the video games like Toa or Cooler or even just Lord Slug, bring back the Namekian Book of Legends, all of this stuff. I think that there's so many possibilities of what the future of Dragon Ball can look like that it's really hard to pin down what the real thing should be. Kanji and I were actually doing a video earlier, and I suggested, you know, one thing that they should do is just simply recreate Dragon Ball GT, and I know a lot of people would really hate that idea. Oh my gosh, Dragon Ball GT is the scourge of the fandom, you know, the thing that we don't talk about, we're super hush-hush about. But when you really break it down and think about it, Dragon Ball GT had a lot of really interesting ideas. Baby is a really cool idea, especially since we introduced Tuffles in Universe 2. Why are they there? That's not the way universes work. Do we have to really explain away or throw away everything we know about the multiverse just to allow those 2 characters to be in that universe? Or is there a reason for it that we're going to be exploring in another arc sometime, you know, tangibly related to bringing back the character of Baby? And then how do you use, as I've been talking about recently, Toa and Mira, maybe using them to recreate the Fusion Reborn or Super 17 arc from GT and bring back old characters that we've known and loved for our entire time. A real nostalgic boost and a thing to get old fans back interested in the series again. I mean, heck, how would people react if they have an arc where Cell, Nappa, Raditz, Piccolo, Daimao, and all these other people are going to be prominent features again? The community blew up for Trunks. Yes, he's a popular character, but they blew up for one returning character. What about all these antagonists that we loved and grew up with? That would be amazing. I think a lot of people would flip over that. It's a great story potential, plus also allowing time travel to be an intricate part of the future of the series, connecting the Trunks story to the grander story of what's going on in Dragon Ball and Goku's life. That would be great. And then also just using the Super Dragon Balls to the best of their ability. We need characters to go after the Dragon Balls. I mean, that was one of the best things about Dragon Balls, one of the best things about Dragon Ball Z, having Frieza's men go after the Dragon Balls and the legitimate struggle that Gohan, Krillin, and Vegeta and everybody else went through in order to get that wish before everyone else. I mean, that is something really fun, and it's something, as we've seen in Dragon Ball Super, that can span the entire multiverse. That's freaking fantastic. And as a lot of people suggested, myself included, 17's wish to bring back the universes. Did it bring back those other 6 universes that Zeno destroyed them? Why did he destroy them? And what can we actually learn from them? Are those bad people? Is that a reason they did that? Like, just interesting concepts, guys. Hopefully you're listening to this and you're like, hey, that's a fantastic idea. That's a fantastic idea. I can't wait to see this. I mean, the whole concept of bringing back Dragon Ball Super, really exploring these ideas that they've been setting up with and they can run with for the majority of the new series is exciting. I mean, there is no set path right now. And if we get past the 10-year time skip, which at some point they're going to have to do, then there is no set path for Dragon Ball in the future. And we can do whatever we want. We can grow out characters. We can make people more important. We can use the Dragon Balls in any which way. We can bring back Zamasu. We can really introduce any character that's been in the fandom for a long time and just simply run with it until there's absolutely no more steam in it. But that is just one of the reasons it's great to be a Dragon Ball fan, right? Because it's so loosely connected and the characters are so one note that you can build them up, you can explore them in different ways, and we can explore this world in a much more in-depth way than we ever have, even if it's just slightly. Heck, the Tournament of Power was one of the best arcs in all of Dragon Ball. I keep saying that, the entire Tournament of Power, not just the fight itself, because we got to explore those other universes, those other characters that we hadn't seen in decades, and we got to see them be powerful, actually showcase themselves in a major way, and that would be really interesting to do, even if it's just like an episode or two, and then maybe even we get spin-offs or, those specials like we got with Bardock and the future Trunks stuff with people like Hit and Frost and Kaba and maybe the Sadala Force or the Pride Troopers from Universe 11, all these other things that you can explore from week to week, month to month with movies, television, manga, and the specials and all this other stuff. Like, to me, that is one of the reasons to be absolutely excited about Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Super's return, Dragon Ball AB, as I'm calling it, Dragon Ball After Broly. So, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Do you want Dragon Ball Super to come back in this major way? Do you think if they actually bring back the anime, they shouldn't just bring back the anime? They need to bring back the weekly manga. They need to bring back the movies coming out every quarter. They need to bring back the specials and just make this as big of a property as it actually is in real life and show them that they, or us fans, that they understand that we really want more and they're going to start giving it to us. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? Do you like the concept of Dragon Ball AB? Do you like the fact that this is probably the future that we're looking forward to? Which characters and which stories would you really like to focus on? Would you like more recreations of movie characters from Dragon Ball Z? Do you want to focus on GT storylines? Because those were interesting despite the fact that they weren't executed well. Or do you want something completely different? I know a lot of people want like an intergalactic war arc. Maybe you can actually build up to that, but we need a chance to sit down and build up all these other universes, maybe one at a time, understand who these people are, understand the motivations and power from what those universes bring, and then jump into it. So what are your thoughts, guys? Hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope everyone's excited as I am for the future of Dragon Ball, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. It's been real.